Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, mi gente. Yogi, yo. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 418. Today is December the 8th. I wrote down the wrong thing. Today's Crybaby number 2. I promised you guys that. I got to deliver. My name's Rob Hoback. Happy that you're here. Honored and humbled that you keep coming back, like for real. So thank you very much. Hey, it's a Sunday fun day. It's an NFL Sunday. I've got some work I got to do. I got a couple expense reports I've been procrastinating on. I want to get those done and submitted today. Got to make some more cookies. People love this stuff. And so it's time to go. First thing first, still the realist. Again, I promised you we're going to talk about some of my crybaby sessions this week, right? Because they're good stuff. And I almost cried during daily discipline yesterday, but I was able to hold it back. But I did cry a couple of times this week, and I wanted to share the situations with you. All right. But we're going to talk about that at the end. For now, we're going to move on. So my thank yous are to college football for playing out exactly the way I wanted to. To keep this video short, we're not going to talk all about Jalen Hurts today. We'll do that on another time. But remember, on Friday, we said, hey, we need Utah to get beat by Oregon. They got beat down, so they're out, right? Then we needed OU to beat Baylor for the second time, which they did. It was a great game. They won. And then we needed LSU to beat Georgia. And they didn't just beat Georgia, they beat them down. So, man, I'm happy. Like, there's 4 teams left standing. You've got Clemson, who's the reigning champion, who are just smoking everybody. You have Ohio State, who looked really, really good in the second half of that game. You then have LSU, who has the Heisman winner in Joe Burrow, who's just playing lights out. And the Georgia defense was heralded as like this amazing defense. He made them look silly on several occasions. And so I don't think that OU has the team to win the national championship. I'm just happy that they're there. I'm most happy for Mr. Jalen Hurts and that amazing story that we will again chronicle later. So right here, right now, I'm saying of those 4, I'm going to go with LSU. I think they're the team to beat. I think the guys are all bought in with Coach Ed. You talk about finding your people. That dude is exactly where he's supposed to be, doing exactly what he's supposed to do, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. All right, on to crybaby number 2, right? Like last time I talked about being a crybaby, I was coming back from California exhausted. And then I was a crybaby that whole week, right? I find that when I'm stressed and I'm tired and I have a lot going on and things just touch me, I become emotional, but in a good way, right? Like it's not like it's not like anger, rage, emotional. It's just being touched and allowing myself to free. I feel better after I cry, right? I just do. And so I just want to share with you that there were a couple instances this week. I went and got my hair cut the other day, and it was just a weird day. Like I forgot my keys, had to take an Uber, all of this stuff. And you know, when you're in the moment and you're talking to somebody and you're like, oh, like you're one of my people. Like I thought you were, but now I know for sure. So that happened, right? Got a little teary-eyed there. I'm like, dang, I don't want to do this today, right? Then you fast forward to the next day. I'm sitting around with a couple of buddies who I've been having coffee with here in town for 4 years. Tell them, like, look, I know I can sell. I've taught you guys how to sell. I've taught you tricks. You guys tell me that I know. Like everybody I know, including several people I work with, like, man, you're good at this. But the problem is I keep working for companies who either don't appreciate it or they don't perform when I sell something. And so therefore I get sideways. And so I've been looking, I'm like, what is it? What is the thing that I'm looking for that I say, I can go all in on that. I believe in that. Gotta tell you, PTI looks an awful lot like that, right? And you guys saw it on Friday with Jack. What a change. What a change. In just a few, like just what a change. And it's amazing. And those people there are amazing. And you can just feel it. It's the moment you walk in the door, just everybody's happy there. They want to be there. I want to be a part of something like that. So as I was thinking about this, talking to those guys, I'm like, I've been excited about big deals. I'm like, but man, just think of that. Like, they need a champion, right? Like, they need a voice. They need somebody to be like, hey, let's make this thing hum. You've got people that are caregivers there now, but they don't necessarily have a business mind. And to make this perfectly clear, I don't want to turn it into a business. I don't want to suggest that they turn. I want them to have a business person in their pocket that knows how to generate money, right? and then they can spend it, right? Like I'm good at going and getting the money and bringing it back to the shop, but then I don't want to manage it. I don't want to do, like, I just want to help them. I want to repay what they've done for us, and then I want to help other people. Like, what, doesn't that sound awesome? Right? As I'm telling my guys this, of course I become emotional. I'm like, and the beauty of it is now I have a connection, right? Like, my connection is Jack. My connection is me. I remember when I was a kid, people like, you need to pay attention. Quit looking out the window. Quit staring out. Just on and on. What's wrong with you? Why can't you do this? Why can't you focus? It's because I don't like this. If I liked it, I would focus. If I enjoyed it, I would be all in. But I'm not. And I just feel like it's there. And all of that coming full circle. And by the way, one of those guys is telling me how much he really doesn't love his job and what he really loves is doing fundraising and this, that, and the other. And as we're doing this, even the mad scientist is like, whoa, this is intense. I'm like, you're telling me, bro, right? So that was the second time. And then the next day I'm dropping Jack. I'm taking him to school. And I end up having a conversation with one of his teachers, like the primary teacher. I'm like, hey, so we're a week into this. And she looks at me. She's like, Jack's going to have a great life, right? Like, he's on the spectrum, but he's going to score high. He's going to have a great life. And he is just flourishing there. And so we started talking about it, and she was telling me about how they, I just got a grant to buy the school, and that they were getting ready to kick off another fundraiser, which was to, generate some money for the kitchen. And this is literally within one day of me telling these other two guys, I'm like, it's kind of like I'm at that point where a bunch of stuff has just come together, right? And one of them is that in the last year, I've spent a ton of time in that kitchen right over there learning how to bake, right? Cookies. And people love them. Like, would you give people cookies, like homemade cookies? They love them if they're good. Imagine if you gave them cookies that helped do something good, and then they had a personal connection, right? Like with a PTI box or something in that new kitchen they're getting ready to build. I'm telling you guys, it's coming. I can feel it. There's something there. I'm super excited about it, but I also know that, like, I'm not going to push it. It's just going to happen when it's going to happen, and I'm going to let them know that I'm interested. So with that, we're done for the day. Hands up, peace out. We're better together. Nothing wrong with being a crybaby if you're crying over the good stuff, right? We'll be back tomorrow on a Manic Monday. Hope to see you then. I'm picking the Packers to win at home today over the Redskins. This is a little, right? So, I think that's all I got for today. All right, deuces. We'll see you.